Hi everybody, thank you very much for stopping by. My notes, seeking some advice.
It's showtime!
I asked a number of questions and I'm seem not to be getting any responses, anything about this. So I am going to just show you what I'm doing. It's going to be hard for me to show you the display because of the light hanging on the transmitter, all that good stuff. I had a great flight, enjoyed myself, went to the field. My propeller just comes on when I release throttle cut and everything is down. So here we go. I'm not going to show you that right now, but I'm going to start fresh with the reset. I do want to get my ailerons to have a little bit more of up. I really can't dial anything in but to do it with the flaps. And I'm going to have to put the position to 0. And when I don't want those ailerons to be in the up position, I'll hit it down to number 1. And the reason for that is when I'm flying, for some reason this aircraft, it's got a little downward on it, so it's always going down, and this may be too far down, so there is a lot of fight here with the craft always diving, whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure until I can work out the kinks. So I do want to bind. It's very simple indeed. Everything is all laid out. I will talk about other things as well. I broken the battery door. It crashed. I crashed on purpose. The battery door broke, so I put some push rods on there. Binding the aircraft is simple as turning it on with the bind button. Let it do its job. Another couple of seconds. Everything should acknowledge, and now I can remove the bind plug. We all know, elevator up, to the right, which is aileron, and we just need to go into the system here, go into system setup, turn off the RF. Notice how the propeller is not moving. This would start to move if I shut it off, if I have throttle cut on as well. I go into aircraft type, I change the wing from normal. There's two ailerons, aileron and aileron B. I'm not sure what the difference is. I'll play around with that at a later time. I back out of everything, and I do have to go into servo setup, travel, sub trim, reverse, right ail, and left ail. I have to reverse. Back out of everything and go into main, and now I'm in my normal area. So what I want to do is now go into my flap system, and I want to add some up in it. So I take the inhibit and I bring it to switch C, and I highlight it and I leave it into position 0, and I go into elevator, and now I could add about 20%, 18% of flaps, and that's what I want. So maybe this will level out my plane. I back out of this, I should be good to go. So when I don't want that flap, I just push down on a stick. I can reverse it, whatever I want. But let me go into throttle cut just to show you. And here's throttle cut. I am going to inhibit the switch right here, switch H, because that's what I want. I don't want it on here at this moment. And I back out, and you see it's in the off position. Now when I go in the on position, there's my throttle, and just for the hell of it, I shut everything down. I come back at a later time. I want to fly. My throttle's off for safety reasons, like I'm in the house wanting to do this demonstration or at the field. I want to have that extra precaution. So when I go to the field, I let everything start up, give it a couple of seconds, do my test, everything's working. And now when I go into throttle cut, this may happen. You see how it activated the throttle? Now if I go into, again, I would say custom system setup, and I shut the RF off. And I'm just backing out of it. It turns on. So something is not right here. So let me just do one more thing. System setup, shut the RF off, and I do the throttle, and that's not fixing it. So I shut the throttle off. Let's go to throttle cut, and now let's make sure the delay is off. Position, switch H, inhibit, back out. I got issues. And the only way to stop this is to yank this out, right? Because I changed everything, shut it off. So there is an issue right now I'm coming about with. Let's turn my transmitter on. It's got nothing to do with throttle cut. And see if that happens here. Alright, we're good. We got my controls up and down. So I do have a problem with throttle cut with the system here. And this is all from techone. This is all tecone's part. Maybe the brushless ESC needs to be reprogrammed, maybe not work with it. Who knows? But the good part about this is I do have my up elevated just a little bit, what I want, with the switch. And when I do make my turns, I'm good. I need to know now how to, when I make my turn, have some up elevator on this. So when I make my turn, I'm banking. And that's what I need to know. Is that going to be, it's not differential, it's going to be mixing. I need to know that. So on that note, that's basically about where I stand with this. I don't want to keep this in. I want to make sure I plug it. I do have to put some glue on this. I may add some weight. I may add a couple of washers here and here to make this a little heavier. And if I do put a camera on, I am going to put a nail in here. I'm going to sink it in, put some glue on both sides, and I'm going to put a rubber band around it so that camera don't fly off. I will put a strap on here. Again, maybe some nails, and put the rubber bands around to keep everything in there. That is a smart idea. Glad I thought of that just now. There I am with my update. I do have some problems, some cleaning needs to be done. The good part about this is when it's upside down, the propeller doesn't hit. So why didn't they just make these winglets or stabilizers come out further? I'll probably want to now figure out, put another stabilizer over here. Then I would not know which is the right side up, upside down with the craft, but the paint job will tell me. I think I covered everything I needed to do here. This EPP foam smells. I smell in my car. When this air hits and activates that smell, it's something to really be fond of. I smell a very sensitive nose, I guess. Thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by. I'd like to hear your thoughts about my problems here. Why that goes on. I'll just keep the throttle cut off, but I want to put some up elevator when I am making a left turn so the craft stays stable. How do I go about doing that with the DX6? And is there any other way I could not just use the flaps and give it some more lift? I know I could trim it up. I think that's the only way I could do it right now. I have some options on the table, and that's very interesting. Have a great day, guys.